There's really only 4 items, 4, that's it, that you must have to get started motorcycle camping. Hey guys, it's Robin the Lady Biker. How's everyone doing out there? I know some of you out there have wanted to get started moto camping, but it's a little overwhelming trying to figure out what do you really need? What are the absolute essentials for getting started to getting out on the road and having your own motorcycle camping adventures? Well, don't worry, I've got the comprehensive list of the must-have, and it's simpler than you think. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, well, hey, I have just finished some amazing moto camping experiences, and I've got some more coming up. And I thought, it wasn't that long ago that I wanted to start doing this, but I was completely overwhelmed on how do you get started. I was lucky enough to have a spouse or a husband who has camped in the past and knew how to get us started, but not everybody does. So let's go ahead and start. This list is actually simpler than what you think. There's really only 4 items, 4, that's it, that you must have to get started motorcycle camping. All right, equipment piece number 1, your tent. Yeah, you gotta need a tent because you have to have something to sleep in. Well, I know some people sleep under the stars, truly, but for those of us that like to have a little cover, a tent's needed. Allie and I did a little research. Now, we determined what kind of weather we were going to be camping in. We knew that we were going to be camping in both hot and cold. We were going to be camping in some wind and possibly some rain. So we found the tent, the Marmot Tungsten, that kind of hit all of our priorities as far as the kind of weather we were going to be in. But we also found that they have a high roof clearance, because not all tents can you sit up in, and even in our bigger one, we can actually kneel in comfortably without bumping your head against the roof of your tent. So you kind of have to make some decisions on some things where you're willing to give and where you're not. Do a little research, find that. And then when you do, suggestion, always buy the tent, have a space for every 1 camper. You need to have a 2-person rating on your tent. So for example, whenever I went to my girls only camping, I take our 2-person tent because just for me, it gives you extra space to put your helmet, your gear, your boots, whatever inside your tent. Otherwise it's going to be outside, sometimes in the elements. So it's just something to consider. So that number 1 you must have is a tent. Number 2, a good quality sleeping bag. Now, we invested in the Nemo Disco. So, the Nemo Disco is a 3+ season sleeping bag. So it's rated as a comfort level down to 15 degrees Fahrenheit, 9 degrees Celsius. Now, a lot of different things can affect how comfortable you're sleeping. I've got a short, I'll put a link up here, that explains a little bit about that. But when we went in and we told the guys at REI what we were looking for, and they recommended this bag because we're not hiking in the Himalayas in the middle of winter, we just needed a good quality sleeping bag. This was suggested, and the reason being for these gills. See them right here? In these gills, there is absolutely 0 insulation. It's just like 2 layers of nylon or whatever the exterior shell of this is. And at first we thought it was a total gimmick, but I cannot express how good of an idea this was because it makes the bag very versatile. So when you're looking at bags, think about, are you a cold sleeper? Are you a hot sleeper? Do you hate your feet being covered? If so, you want a bag that's going to unzip at the bottom so you can stick your feet out. Think about these things when you start looking around. Essentials. Number 1, your tent. Number 2, your sleeping bag. Number 3, your sleep pad. Now, we have gone to this is our 3rd sleep pad. This is the Big Agnes Q-Core sleep pad. Now, it is rated for the same comfort rating as my sleeping bag. So there again, 3+ season. And this is important not just for your overall comfort. In this, when it airs up, it's a fairly thick mattress. It's like 3-4 inches. I mean, it's a good thick mattress. So not only do you want that for the overall comfort, but you also want it for its insulation rating. You want to look for that because you need to have something between your sleeping bag and the ground to help slow down that transfer of heat or cold, depending on what the case may be. Because if the ground is cold, it will suck heat out of your body even through your sleeping bag if you don't have a good sleep pad. And when you're looking at basically all three of these together, it all comes down to you want to be able to get out of the weather and you want to be able to have good quality sleep. Because if you're not sleeping well, your camping adventures are not going to be fun. So make sure that what you're investing in allows you to have good quality sleep. The final thing that you need whenever you're building your basic and you're just starting out is a way to heat water. Nothing else. You can make coffee, you can make hot chocolate, you can do a dehydrated meal, a way to heat water. Allie and I went with the MSR, and this is for like ultralight backpackers. It is super, super tiny, and you screw it onto a fuel cell. That's it. Keep it very, very simple. This way, because there again, if you're not happy with your camping experience, you're not going to keep doing it. So it's really that simple, guys. You only need 4 items to get started. And then as you go, as you gain experience, you're going to add on to your camping experience or to your camping equipment. We have a whole bag now that's full of our camp kitchen gear only. We've made a few tweaks to our camping, our tents and all that with, specialized stakes and different things, but and camping pillows. These are all things that will come in time. But the absolute best advice I was ever given when I was just starting out motorcycle camping was invest in the best quality gear you can afford at any given time, at the time you're purchasing whatever it is. So, like I said, this is like our 3rd sleep pad, and each one has been progressively better. You don't have to have it all perfect the first time. And no 2 camp setups are exactly the same. Everything that you're doing is going to build and adapt to how you camp and what makes you comfortable. So guys, that's it. Got questions? If you're a beginner and you're looking for answers to questions, toss them out there. Ask the questions. Either I or someone I know will have an answer. If you're an experienced camper, moto camper, what is your one must-have, will not go moto camping without? All right, guys, that's all I have for today. I am about to pack my tent up because I've got another camping adventure, a moto camping adventure coming, and I'm taking all this stuff with me. So guys, do what I'm gonna be doing soon. Get out and ride. When you do, have fun, be safe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye, guys.